what has changed with Ghana's economy?
I think say 2020 COVID strike. I remember say approve Sika from oil revenues about $1.2 billion. The real giddy. Economy new grow at 1%. It is clear as a COVID thing.
94.7.
You're trying for 5 months and you're to airports move. You call out school for 8 months. In COVID, no, affect the economy, no. That was 2020.
Yes,
and 2022 was an election year. Election year, electoral commission bill electoral commission over 1 billion cedis to conduct the election,
and it was financed wholly by the government of Ghana.
Yes, re-registration, election day, electoral commission here almost set up. Maybe anyone more than 600 voters by 3 no biato.
Yeah.
Na baby and you enjoy a lot of freebies. COVID strike here, free water. You enjoy free electricity, cooked meals, lockdown. Until the COVID bill, no, maybe upon hindsight, you make say COVID no Caribbean and you Djokovic no one vaccine so but at the time no say you say na nipa who Italy and Europe America near the idea no buying an president you couldn't have taken for granted you know Ghana nipa who through COVID 2005 and you know the management of the COVID outbreak.
Assibey FM.
The attendance cost. Sorry, I may accident see that nipa minukre hit me. You know, into you mean so nipa 1,005 into the ball. Sa kana into COVID no a big dent economy. Then of course February so no war started in 2022.
Yes.
And also you can imagine because the recovery from the COVID it took some time. There are places are still China, there are areas they are still under lockdown. Obeka container near $2,500. They should took over 11,000 under COVID. Still nipa bi won't even go China. Nina affecting businesses near there. War no so buy global inflation inflation everywhere. I want to tell complain. We talk beggar $14 American. The baby and also any effects into COVID, election related expenses, and then of course the war. And kahona maybe so so entem in 2022 no
sure
say you who said sanema we nyina no before we realize na a kai dey no kakra kakra no we needed to seek help, which we are now doing from the fund and through the debt restructuring and
all the other policies. Baba, some have said and I'm happy you call back to 2020 because you left Parliament in 6th January 2021 NLF Parliament. And Niome course in the year 2020, you were actively involved as chair of the Finance Committee. Yes, COVID was a huge blow, but so what kind of recent Auditor General's report now? Meaning, we got some inflows from COVID, Sika, donor partners, the IMF, the World Bank, the now measure no against how much we spent. Even when we are saying, COVID related expenditure was out of the roof, no, it seems we made some savings. You don't really see where, and even the COVID related expense now you have control over, no. We seem to have you see
my follow commentary people are focusing on the expenditure on COVID related activities but revenues number it is kind of a big call into the budget.
Okay,
even though COVID inflows it's kind of core budgeting. because revenues are not expected from the ports, customs, excise. The whole time now lockdown.
Yes.
Now you have to two airports, money, ports near the end.
But 2020 GRA met their target, revenue target.
You see, every time I say targets, I have mid-year review.
Okay.
So it is November, Minister of Finance every day budget. GRA am a revenue target.
Sure.
It was about 109 BBB. But by July, no, Obabe revise
Targets, no.
Because after running the economy for 6 months, by July, then he has a fair idea. The target I all can say GRA met was the revised
target, no?
The revised revenue target in July. Kai said lockdown early March. Lockdown was early March. Into March, April, May, June, nothing was happening. So our target, now I said GRA meeting, was the revised revenue target set out in the mid-year
budget.
Because the economic growth was 1%. Revenue growth now, revenue.
Yes.
So if your growth was 1%, how could you have realized the revenue target now was set here in November of 2019? It couldn't have been.
Okay, I get the point now. But the point about expenditure, and I understand. Say, Sikani baby ebe into budgetary support and all of that. But even those that went directly into fighting COVID, no, the report from the Auditor General doesn't look good.
Yeah, you see, sometimes we run ahead of ourselves. Auditor General's report, they call Parliament. And the public accounts, yes. They say, sir, you can't hang anyone
94.1
with the reports. Reports now when the set out procedure and say, Auditor General, no,
yes,
not the reports, no, were laid before Parliament. They say Public Accounts Committee almost consider 2020 Auditor General's report. With the special report, it falls in his remit to do some auditing. So our reports here, Parliament.
Yes.
Public Accounts Committee being invited near the report of the Public Accounts Committee on the Auditor General's report. So that's it.
Okay.
And now Parliament are adopted. The whole normal say charges Yajia to where you disallow say. But of course, once the report is published, no, a juice, people
sensational.
But a lot of it we have seen. And so we do Public Accounts Committee. Now I watered down. We won't say na antisa any other day. Let's give
the benefit of the doubt for now.
Yes, until we go to ABC or PIAC reports and Nobel Finance Committee. All your revenue, I say. Patrick Nomu, the Chief Director, Ministry of Finance, not church or name anymore. If I award the contract to but procurement processes, you do. So that's it. Yes. Contract you are. Yeah, let's say a ban of 2020, but I've never called Public Procurement Authority. Or more approval, now fee, approval contract, a value for money audit. I ban the contracts be or member of Parliament, approval, up to now and take it off. Until those funds will be sitting somewhere.
But no Auditor General
there be said no dear. You approve. You approve.
You don't expect to be on the ground. Say
sometimes the whole 9 years. And I'll be saying near money. I basically the end from South. And from side, sometimes,
Yeah. And you're easy, so best conduct government money. But it seems over the past 30 years, with park sittings near there and the outcomes, easy because I mean you find Nipan Beba MPs Nibuofu Obi no much in the name a few you would find the Auditor General surcharge them no I just can be back near the but majority I
think I said you play catch up. They almost consider 2020
yes.
Reports and a public accounts here. Michia ranking member, Honorable Arafat.
Okay.
Now I can say even now they've come up to speed kakra.
Yes.
Because previously sometimes 3 years back and now 4 years back reports now or more. If it is the case and say near Abbey Auditor General report, imagine say in about 3 months' time.
And
Parliament issues here on the front burner. No BR any DH. Well, but you can imagine say that report by the time committee be consider maybe in 3 years time.
In 3 years.
There might be different ministers at the helm answering to some of these. The panic be our directors ni be retire. It's a baby crab. What I say? Into no a mani lusu. So bite no.
Bite and was
if we are able to audit these in time, and then the consideration of these reports, empower committee no mutimi no.
In terms of you made the point, sir. So Janano Entem in the from 2020 COVID struck 2022 Russia-Ukraine war by at what point and a war watching from the outside, we are at a time now in the parliament view, watching from the outside, at what point now who say no, we've gotten to that tipping point? I will say a kokojemwa.
I'm say Obi o say so untiminchi out danka ubehu.
Sure.
Oh dying now or rent you due by everyone say Marchi. By now, I started proud.
Yes.
Or landlord amount notice. Untiminchi out him. So only say baby I want the boy now untiminchi. I'm sure you will be downgraded.
Yeah.
So that's Niana previously they say in 2018, 19, 2020, even 2021.
Yes.
We always went to the Eurobond market. So into every year, be any Eurobond market, near pick it $3 billion. That was what we did from I think 2018 was the first one we did. That was about 1.5.
1.5.
But 2019, 3 billion.
Okay.
2020, 3 billion. 2021, so 3 billion.
About budgetary support.
About 3 billion. You'd be a friend of liability management.
Okay.
You're refinancing old ones.
Old debt. No.
Now by 1 billion be about budgeting. You have forex. Kakra. Some time Bank of Ghana. Now a show up currency. No, now what I say. 2022, we were ready to go. Parliament had even given approval.
So you core capital market, Eurobond.
Yes, we were ready to go. Then in January, Fitch a downgrading.
January 2022. 2022. Okay.
Fitch a downgrading.
Okay.
And a Moody's. Fitch downgrading. At the end could B minus.
Now that's how downgrading is based on what? No, what's the
So, your budget, your basically I bought the Eurobonds earlier ones.
Okay.
Your budget now already annually. And now investors in social. No matter revenues never say bit my service data. I say in the 2022 budget, which was ready in November 2021.
Yes.
You indicate say you pass e-levy. I be my 7 billion Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Until clearly investors in your normal say so many just 7 billion from a new revenue measure at that time in November of 2021 7 billion cedis was about $1.2 billion.
Oh, okay.
So if this measure was really going to give $1.2 billion, then we can give them a pass. Now so I measure I'm pass it by the close of year.
Sure.
And pass it by close of year. And I call into 2022. Until by January, Fitch name Moody's, S&P.
Yes.
More information on Ghana than you and I. More reps were happy.
Okay.
They talk to people on a daily basis. Or friend governor needs to see us of information. Governor or friend finance. So that's it. Until by January, looking at parliament antecedents near course, they were convinced that one, this thing was going to drag, and two, they had also done revenue now expecting 180 million. Until Fitch downgraded us in January of 2022. That downgrade took us in Fitch's to B minus, but B minus we're still good to go. And at February, Moody's
so the
C no. No, the friend is junk status.
But confidence,
confidence, yield on the bond.
Okay,
so that
will be higher.
Yes, I saw what this year. There's a hand, It's back to your question. Ubusa say time and near so say Fitch downgrading me now. I'm running straight to the fund. Because there's a capital market. So 3 billion I make offer ADBI liability management. Now me di being so.
Abua budget no.
Unsanka. Added to that, you know, by February, that's the town halls for e-levy. And At
the time, Fitch ni Moody's air downgrading, and we're still doing town hall.
And eventually, we passed e-levy.
Yes.
By year end, we got 300 million. We projected 7 billion.
7 billion.
And you know, early January, February, I think that was the time, and they say, who said no, international capital market not close. E-levy so no. Background point can pass here, it take effect May hono. Not just well lose 4 months of revenue. So,
but I mean, you thought, say, rather than implementing and answer, introducing a policy like e-levy, no, that time I never sank starting the fund needing income.
It is not either or. What I say.
Okay.
Even though near share e-levy anymore, we could still have
gone to the fund. Eventually, the president, because already the statement from the information ministry, say president order the finance minister.
But there will be nothing wrong with that. I'm a president. I should be able to order any minister. Right?
Yeah, but the point they say when it gets to that point, and it's just your minister doesn't believe in that decision, India by force.
I know the minister can publicly say no matter what, we won't go to the IMF. So the minister can.
Yeah, until the president decided and say Kono. That was when the president probably should have removed him, no?
Well, you see, I always say, economic management, finance, these are not exact sciences.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You the propensity to get it wrong, Obi and Obeka say, media, me manage the economy, me can't say
yes.
All through our history, we get it wrong all the time. And if indeed he believed the e-levy will pass, you better attain his revenue na woman.
Yes.
Na fe we backtrack and say let's go to the funder. We should be able to live with that. And yet fatal.
You think so?
Say changing his mind to go back to deal with the fund.
You're talking the president or the finance minister?
The finance minister. Also, he should have fired him at the time.
Yes.
Now, make us say, at the time now, what I say, on starting engaging. So president, as a finance minister, it might take about 2 months to get a new one in place. Parliament is not coming back until 7th
February.
Parliament by the referral, the lieutenant president, I'm speaker.
Yeah.
We referral to the appointments committee. Appointments committee be advertise it for about 2 weeks in the daily. So be was Simbia.
On Famra.
They will sit depending on amount for schedules near they are there. Sometimes appointments committee be we like I say we better on you go through all the motions. Sometimes
2-3 months.
Until by July 1st now, also on starting engaging fund. How was he going to say it's a step aside and who leads the charge?
I get you. But as we speak, see our staff level agreement number. Aban air share name say board level agreement, which is the most critical. The last trip or more US, I saw pictures of you. You were there, right?
So as I'm painting, I'm a call. When I say I wasn't part of the.
I don't get team.
No.
Where wow?
Some a pass 17. Then I'm a call.
Now some peben kwan meaning say around the negotiation table now on Ghana team.
No. I have not done any work for government since I left Parliament.
Okay. Okay. In a way, you were there at the invite of IMF and Awana.
IMF, how can I get this? Over phones is here now from some information.
Sure.
You just work. They say, who register? I annual meeting.
Sure.
So you register that you want to go. Or call I am accreditation. Also, on coffee. Do not before you shouldn't come away. It is here,
the staff level agreement number, and I would want to believe, say, Ghana and Nankasa would have to put together some, for the want of a better expression, homegrown policies be a IMF, every man a stamp of approval. That's the case.
So,
right?
Contained in the staff level agreement.
Okay.
So, the other friend, homegrown or policies,
yes.
Contained in the staff level agreement. Yana, you indicated say per 3 billion.
Yes.
Even though our quota determines that.
Okay.
Your quota instead then do 3 billion. But the good thing about Ghana, the Ghana case, say, your story, no, you be a day. So I just say country, WhatsApp region, Burkina terrorists, into Niger, Mali, Boko Haram, Nigeria. It's Ghana case, you know.
It's fascinating.
World Bank, ne IMF, no. Almost pay us. It is a 3 billion young qualified cry. They will bend over. It is in your interest to see Ghana succeed. Into the staff level agreement, all my detail in the MLB said we want to restore macro stability. Your debt has to become sustainable.
Yes.
But debt sustainability, a problem.
Assibey FM.
Almost say
94.7.
Almost per se in present value terms. Your debt to GDP ratio. Say your debt to GDP ratio. And Kameka say be 80%. But I am a fund buyer. Almost day in the money be a energy sector. Their accounts. You see,
some below the line reporting.
Almost 104 for the purposes of your discussion. 104.
104%
debt to GDP ratio. IMF fund say by 2028, in present value terms, your debt to GDP ratio should come down to 55%.
Ish. Well, that's 2016.
Yeah, 2016 there 56.7.
56.7, yeah. After rebasing, right?
Oh, yeah, solid. Oh, name numbers, no. Wow. Until 56.7 and near what? End 2020. That's where they want. That's time we use in present value terms.
Okay.
They want us to come down from 104 to 55. That's a steep.
Too much.
A steep decline.
Too much.
So one, the negotiations in October are Washington. I think say we should have fought the 55.
Tell them the way they are not.
We should have fought the 55. My information is that we tried fighting it. But it appears say you're posturing prior to going there. I'm fighting. So it's 55 no. I know that a day in the same way in Aba. You ever see about debt to GDP ratio of 55% by 2028. And your debt service. Debt service in here. How much of your revenue now would it your interest or the service debt?
Yes.
Say no, you're number 50%. You can see about 18%.
Wow.
It's a steep.
Too much.
Now to come to attain these numbers, no, and SMR yes are debt restructuring.
That's the reason for the debt restructuring.
It's the board approval. No. IMF no say you will be a friend of prior actions.
Yes.
Into yes, I near my way. Almost debt restructuring don't remember.
Okay.
It's between you and your creditors.
Your creditors, no.
Into do your debt operation. Let's show you. Into external, your suspended debt repayment.
Yes.
Coupon because was due last week.
Creditors not yes.
External there. Papa.
Okay.
External,
they understand.
The reason is that your Eurobonds now issue. We have issued 40-year Eurobonds.
Oh, okay.
We have 41-year Eurobond on our books.
Do you want me to watch it?
Your 30-year. It's almost wealth for a generation.
Yeah.
It's almost the better way. No man, no way your money. It's all 3-4 years. We went to ya.
And shut down for Papa.
And almost. Individual bondholders. What the Goldman Sachs, Franklin Templeton, JP Morgan, and almost portfolio. Goldman Sachs, the portfolio we invest in. Maybe I say $250 billion. Or the Binam Argentina or hotspots. It will issue against political risk. Extend and they knew so they can control.
So it's easy to get them to understand and give off some way before.
It is in their interest because ultimately, say economic rebound there. So
they will make more.
40-year bond.
That's true.
And
that's true.
What I say, Argentina, a few years ago, we issue 100-year bond. It is how invest almost penny sign to the coupons over 100 years. The nana. So I just say, it's your suspending payments on Eurobonds, which is about $13 billion.
Wow.
you are suspending, and if commercial loans, so you are suspending, and a bilateral. But of course, bilateral, and be near the Paris Club or debt forgiveness.
Debt forgiveness.
In the external idea, we can manage. But
it can be managed.
And a domestic, that's where we want to work on about 137 billion.
137 billion Ghana cedis.
Yes, of the domestic, and then I restructure. It's our 137, and then another pension funds so we 26.9 billion.
Yeah.
I
exempt here.
Banks, will bear 55 billion to 60 billion cedis.
Okay.
Individual bondholders bear 8 billion.
8 billion.
Any all collective investment schemes, we see Canada they are called to EDC.
Yes.
Well, that's I know collective because Wajiji will be 3,000.
Sure.
And also about 7.5 billion. But individual bondholders forum, almost the individual bondholders as it were. Collective investment schemes. So I'm afraid they are working at 15.5 billion.
Oh, okay. I understand it now. It is a for individual bondholders properly so called 8 billion.
8 billion.
If government should decide today, say why exempt is 8 billion now and the whole project.
So because the government already exempted 26.9
billion pension.
Yes. It is our short for two because mind you 137 or the year 92 show it up and or the
individual for the account
8 billion. So but okay individuals pension funds we say individuals labor union individual bondholders collective investment schemes individuals stricto sensu.
Yeah.
So
but what it means, I'm sure we'll break down now. If government should decide, say after exempting pension holders 27 point something billion off, say or sign exempt individual bondholders 8 billion. Now is a 137. No, there's no way government can meet that target.
But so government, this free advice should go back to the fund and say 55 landing.
Okay, that's an interesting.
This high level. My vice president, high level. Cause
but is the fund amenable to sir?
Almost pay him. What I say, and come on consider your case, cry. 94. Almost Sri Lanka for say Mamuska upon the scene. The Ghana case, the Ghana story is a beautiful one.
A beautiful story.
And Yanko Kase. Yan landed with 65. Yes.
A bit to me, a creative room.
Sir, for what I say.
Okay.
Say, you buy, you be engaged, because almost they be almost social protection as part of
sure.
You need for economy. There are 3 actors.
Yes.
There are individuals and now from households. Then there are businesses or firms. Individuals, businesses, and then government.
Yeah.
Now, government, and what she don't mean to you, also, shift burden. I'm an individual.
How is that possible?
Yeah, part of the
general economy.
And it's government nankasano. Bank of Ghana or Muru we made. About government business baby. So let us look at that. You meet me class will be if you are Kahana. And Bank of Ghana is government also ripe for debt forgiveness for Hana. Government is 100% shareholder of Bank of Ghana.
I know, but debt forgiveness where one I would do Bosiano say Abina Abina Sikan Wabu.
But I build up a debt in him.
Okay. It's part of your general debt.
In
the Bank of Ghana can debt forgiveness. Now a yisa every year. So now my 65 and 55.
We should not be rigid about the whole program.
Okay.
Just as we took out the
pension funds.
No. And Ghana Association of Bankers, government are reached agreement. Initially,
yes.
Government said 2023 untua interest be 0. 2024 bet you 5%.
Yes.
2025 no you 10% and same subsequently. So
yes,
Sana government can On the banks this year, now they say also 2023, which your interest 5%. Now feel why 9% subsequently.
Yes.
Because 0, 5, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I didn't now divided by a number of years now. Now your number can 5, 9, 9, and now divide the same thing. But the banks are comfortable with this one, and they will agree to this one if what I'm hearing is true.
But Honorable, you should be on Ghana's negotiation team. And have the ministry, a contact on also one year now?
I haven't done any work for the
you
government
said that.
Since I left Parliament. But I think
when the call comes through,
say I should help.
Say you should help your country be part of this negotiation.
Ghana, my motherland. Why not? The thing is, let us not underestimate Nipa na Yejuman.
But anyways,
what I say. We have very, very solid guys in the ministry and the Bank of Ghana. I'm not talking of the leadership.
Yes.
On a day-to-day basis, I'm sure I say before you come and take your seat, I'm for Nima Juma.
Sure.
Akoso.
Sure.
I think we agree to a 55, but we can go back
and tell them,
say, in the staff level, say, but now, why not go to a 65 or even a 70?
But would you agree with Omuaeka say, yes, we have a steep target, 104 to 55, but rather than a debt restructuring agreement, Abai ensure other cost items in the expenditure. Now by engine free. Some have called for cutting down the size of government. Some have called for, other expenditure. Abai can easily, Article 71 and all of those. Now a optional immediately rather than the exchange.
So the 55% landing I think in this year you go to 89 and gradually will come down. And yet debt operation in 55.
Okay.
Revenue measures, also VAT, increase VAT by 2.5%. Into
okay.
Into revenue measures now, government is working seriously on the property rates front.
Show up your revenues. Okay.
On the expenditure side, so yes, I've also heard it. Maybe we should do a little more in terms of numbers. In terms of GDP. Downsizing
government
and constitute even 2% of GDP.
Really?
Yes, and constitute the whole government flagship programs in total for 2023, 9.6 billion.
Cedis.
Yes. All the government flagship.
All the flagship programs.
9.6 billion.
9.6 billion.
Yes. Now, next year, teacher training allowance, what did you mean over 500 million? School feeding, less than 1 billion. I have it. I can. But here, it is good for the optics.
Okay.
So what I say?
For the optics. To show, say, Abai is doing something.
Exactly. What I say? Won't mean child my school fees won't mean child. Me buy me who say only small girl bit moving pick her.
The breakfast.
Me try when I say. So what I say?
Yes.
Intino. As I say, you can say okay. Individuals take a hit. Banks take a hit. Insurance companies take a hit.
Yes.
Let us all share in the burden. So into that burden sharing, and Untino. Deputy Minister, bad time in got fee. So, in terms of saving,
okay, but
so
it makes a statement.
Then the ordinary man or say, oh yeah, I buy a chest and a bre. So, in Tinia maybe I didn't know buying says he say no. Emma minister be and drive it 4x4.
Sure,
savings near. The same argument holds.
For the optics, meaning say what the finance minister announced in the budget about expenditure cuts, and yet are they not enough to give our optical way in Ghana?
Because the devil
is in the details.
Capital expenditure were increasing from 16 billion to 27 billion. 16 billion in 2022 to 27 billion
in 2023. But Ghanaians need the project. Yeah, project.
But we cannot eat our cake and have it. This is a year your deep austerity.
Yes.
For this year, there's nothing wrong with saying it's okay. Free SHS, very good policy. But for this year, parents in Chebibi Kakra for boarding.
Okay.
So that's it.
Yes.
Teacher and nursing training allowance, and I'm a kind of just 500 million. But until say economy is very rebound. And I want to say, as of phobia, say National Cathedral.
Yen suspending your auditing.
Apart from say, so that's it.
Yeah.
Almost had the council say, yen suspending till the economy rebounds. Are they not the same pastors who were advocating, say, Yensi Cathedral?
Yeah.
And I'm a
yes.
There will come a time that the cathedral will be fully built. But for now, in some of these programs can wait in this year. Because if you're an individual bondholder, now say, say, yes, say, we interest our expected this year on Sanka, and nobody go to any best school fees, and nobody share the mommy.
Sure.
Now, there he can share in the burden. How is government
also sharing in the burden? And no, so far, and yeah, very profound in the conversation.
And I make us say the argument from the government side, which I've also heard, is that in terms of numbers, and
and you share in that argument.
Numbers, and you be but one say, I said, my mom phone who said, "Oh, we are in crisis. We are in big crisis. We are in big crisis. What does say Ghana ain't in China wakada? When you see cocoa board and then saying,
yeah,
if you are not careful, it filters into other sectors. Of the economy. There are contractors, PTC, I say contractors.
Abandoned site. And then a question back when maybe say now that I restructure your external debt.
Exactly.
If and knowing say majority of your capital project near funded by Sika free outside Eba. What it then means they say will suspend payments, no?
So commercial loans, say Ekoji loan, say be a PTC in touch, Sino Hydro loans. The money doesn't come to Ghana again. The money sits there. It is a contract and a year Juma na already certificate.
No, Omotria.
Na ministry, no. Supervising ministry for roads are certified.
Okay.
Normally they call finance.
Okay.
Now finance assigns say pay. Now the interim payment certificate. Accord bank no. So China or so Germany.
No more releases canon.
No more. The moment I want now say what suspended payments
on commercial
external.
loan.
I know when you answer sadia.
You release it.
There are some contractors who cry IPC some raise their omuntia. So you can make the decision say. Some projects where they are exempt. They say PTC interchange. Let's say do by 80%.
Sure.
And
sure.
You make that decision. So to the extent that you continue servicing that debt,
they will release money.
Exactly. So you have to write to them say in our external suspension of external payments, A, B, C, D, and count.
But it's a no-brainer. Until I'm buying
you see, external and starting engage.
Okay.
So it was a blanket.
But generic statement there buying
it had to come. Okay. It had to come because some payments were coming.
Okay.
I'm sure all of these
a cost specific engagement that they will raise.
Nephrology center here. Urology center it has to go on.
It would find ways of paying back the way.
Service. But some projects will suffer. Some projects
come what may.
Yeah, some projects will suffer, and you are testimony to the Takrade one.
Yeah, Takrade one.
Some projects will suffer. What is serious? Is say the contractors will demobilize.
Free site. Almost back, no almost sign the bar
until the cost
will shoot up.
And the contractor big projects mobilizing to sites
and easy. Yeah,
but equipment will call fear. Maybe a call Gambia. Yes,
you all see a year free another
or your project will answer the best background.
I just will read the oil no crown was saying,
but I'm sure they will smoothing some of these things.
Honorable, if the president should pick up a phone and call you, I don't know the last time I went in the Kasai though, but if he should put a call through to you, say he needs you to come and help in his government, are you ready? Obey.
In what capacity? I'm sure he will specify.
There is the Minister of State at the Finance Ministry. It's vacant now.
Oh, it will be filled this week.
No, but it's vacant now.
But I'm telling you, it will be filled this week.
I know it will be filled.
Yeah, so...
but it can be you. You can go and fill that.
Okay, I haven't had a phone call as yet.
But a bar obey.
We have to sit through and know adequate.
Okay.
Stations be fair. Sure.
Sure.
Until how attractive is the job? Then control now.
That's why you've been finance committee chairman. You should know.
Oh, sir,
you should know the going ons.
The Minister of State, okay. The minister is still your boss. So,
yes, that's true.
Until you shouldn't be taking a job for it's sick. So that's it. That's what.
Also, to make impact.
Now, I can kind speeches now, or child, or rubble now, because I like it.
But for the finance minister proper, that one you would.
The president says Ken is doing a fantastic job. He says he's doing an excellent job.
I said, and only before MPs never revolt.
When I say MPs never revolt, one can't obey you. Also, let him finish
the IMF.
Then we can revisit this. One can't baby as obey.
Yeah, but it's not looking like the IMF thing will be done with anytime soon.
So, because you see, your SLA, which we are doing this debt operation, the debt operation, to all intents and purposes, never call board.
Yeah, a board, and we are looking at July. No.
Oh, me some pay us. So I just say
in the March.
March, being funny said by Easter, there should be something in place.
Some agreement in place
by Easter.
And after a nona say Ken, you have or no willingly resign here.
Uncle baby,
say on resign.
The guy is doing an excellent job.
According to you or the
according
president?
To the president, he's the coach.
No, but I'm talking about you.
What the touchlight? Coach, you don't know, or she will be a performance, no, or go Kumasi or Bobawante. Oh, according to the president, the man is doing an excellent job.
But do you think he's doing an excellent job?
I haven't assessed his work.
But someone not yet,
yeah, but that was when I was in Parliament, and
at the time he was doing an excellent job.
Yes. I said the record when we were going to the election 2020, we had no doubt that the MPP was going to.
You agree, sir? But for COVID, Russia, Ukraine, and Ken will be a great finance minister.
I think that the numbers speak for themselves. The deficit numbers, the first term, but Nyama, I say kaka.
Nyama I say, is it solely COVID, Russia, Ukraine, and I say buying decisions be the finance ministry decisions being swamwa.
Once the finance minister represents the government. Now the minister say Obika say he levy a catcher and so on.
FM 94.7.
Yeah.
Is it the minister's decision? It's the president's budget, cabinet decision. How that say?
Yeah.
Also, catcher minister and say onion 1.5 na 20. President now the budget now present cabinet is share. I working numbers and say rate we need a pay. Was my catcher minister and so on 1.5 now 20. I don't know a basis for your opinion.
It cannot be 11 because a cabinet decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2015, so I said we buy. And I defended Setep because one year I was standing the assembly there. Then the vice president must go. Then the president
himself must go. Yeah.
And
all cabinet ministers must go.
So, we shouldn't personalize some of these things.
Yeah.
In any event, I pity whoever will want to be finance minister now.
After him.
To say. Meetings upon meetings, and only labor union, and no, we are only a friends, individual bondholders, only collective investment. IMF for fraud, World Bank for fraud.
In Omunya months now.
Only major said not. Meetings upon meetings, we are friends and JB Washington. I'm a 47 by the end of the month, early February, I saw a call. Now play Mutrano or I went to say and your fans,
Yeah, but the point is, if you are looking at the bigger picture, the bigger Ghanaian picture and the Ghana interest, I've heard arguments say Nipa will lead you into the ditch. No, should not be the same person bringing us out, and there should be some changes.
It's all stretch, yeah. Those stretches are arguments.
It cannot be him alone.
It's
true. It's true. It's true.
It will mean that we need deputies.
No, so one. I can't minister and the boss. The deputy serve at us.
Let us look to the president. No.
Baba, it's not likely. Says Papa Nankasa and Fenejuma to the president would sack him. It doesn't look like it, especially so to me successfully in your board level agreement now.
Uncle baby,
Ken Oforiatta.
Uncle baby.
Do you agree with Omo Ayeka say? And now I'm looking at your party, the NPP. Say ne continuous stay. SND signals be a demoralized party for no. You've heard that argument, no? That what is it about him or Mampini intimi empamuno?
It's say no, sir, a pamo asem no. Where is it coming from?
Oh, you've not heard?
No, a group of MPs be
yes. Yes.
Mean it's a party. Yaka party. We have the local party, the regional party.
No, make a party for any B.
Party for B saying. What I say?
You are active on social media.
No, but party for be say we be control we be on Facebook now or the to Twitter. Ebia obi a say I don't know obi dey. Chance say can also ebia be ka say anywhere do ha say. What is a national party no steering committee and our regional executives we baby what is
yeah no any the baby samai.
And you know, let us not reduce ourselves to ngophobia or baby obi akosho ma funu chocho we wa ha say this who say some.
Yeah, but the MPs are key stakeholders. The MPs have not backed down on their demand.
So let them pursue that fight. But one here, Ochinabino, Sana Besaba.
Ubinsu Beshafa, another
report. Minister no cry, you know, because MPs 12 BCC and 84 and 100 and
yeah, I get you.
I'm not defending Ken Oforiatta.
No, I understand.
I'm not defending Ken Oforiatta, but let us not reduce, to xenophobia. Say, minister no need because Mrs. all stretch assembly. Finance minister
the whole cabinet would have to go.
Exactly. I thought say 11. Nipa etran why susu say yebenya 7 billion. No montini omboya so I just and no. May directors been so the
ministry. Because I'm on this half figure.
Exactly. Oh no, Ken Oforiatta no only elasticity or only regression. And Wababeka one advising say
regression analysis.
And now just say we be my 7 billion. And Wadia Tun could defend our cabinet. Na cabinet then on Beka.
Yeah, on Bejatum.
I know.
Yeah. I get you. Ekosiisen higher Assembly FM yani Dr. Mark Assibey-Yeboah, former chairman of the finance committee and aiding como former member of parliament New Joabin South constituency and yani aiding como lot and lot of your messages coming through. I'll go through some of them briefly na we ya no edi amaya na fe yani no edin como no abewe would ask him about other issues in his party and at the back but honorable. Earlier, you made the argument about optics. Say, by cutting down their expenditure, no, sometimes for the optics it looks good. Don't you also think, say, a reshuffle, and not just Ken Oforiatta, but a reshuffle generally in government would also engender some level of confidence in the Ghanaian people?
I think, say, I know the Nipa P advances argument. Oh boy, I will lead the train now, so you change.
Yes.
And reshuffling will not be a bad thing. I think say it will bring fresh energy. I didn't think NDC for a reshuffle on leadership on my front bench. I'm sure say
fresh energy.
Yeah, going into the 2024 no. They want to up the game.
In the reshuffle will not be bad.
Yes.
But at least your information says by the end of this week, BBC.
And from a grapevine,
By my.
But in truth, once had a conversation with the president.
Yes.
And he this was 2016 campaign.
2016 campaign, okay.
And he said, oh no, on J reshuffle.
Unbelievable reshuffle.
Either you are in his government or
you're out.
Nah, because the person is not doing well. Why are you reshuffling him to another minister?
And you can take him out of the government.
You know, Tana, he said it, so no.
Unbelieving my you free, I don't know. It me you free, me you free, not for Fraba. But when you also say the argument has been made, say this whole thing, the president is reluctant because the finance minister no ntimi, you know, in the mean ntimi, the end yemu obi anwo. Have you heard that argument as well? That's why I can put it on baby.
Uncle baby. Kai.
Just say maybe a vacancy one. Who would be your best bet for trade? Trade and industry.
Hey, that question is Yobusa na baby. I thought say Ahom Lindsay was a very good deputy trade minister.
Yeah, Ahom Lindsay. He's no longer part of government.
I don't know, but when he appeared before the finance committee,
he was solid.
Yeah, but I don't know. But he was.
But KT Hammond Neko.
KT I had more trade pay.
Okay.
As deputy and Akofo. Yeah, he would fit in.
Obit me fit it. Who will be your best bet for a Greek ministry? Because my boss had 2 minutes on a vacancy. What's it?
A Greek. Your party. Honorable Kwetu, so
yeah, Kwetu, former MP.
But he had to.
Is your tree crop development authority?
He had to resign. Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
And I don't know if he has been forgiven of his sins at the time, but he would be.
Would Brian Achampon be a good Greek minister?
Yeah, call for us. See, be.
Maybe because one day artists or quite. Sir, you're quite Greek ministry and you're bad. But bit my humanity.
Oh, say we know political leadership.
Sure.
You get good advisors around you.
Sure.
And okay, why Minister of State? He will not be overwhelmed by the position. Some ministers now I continue on yes sir.
Anyway, since yenim say mo party na start a reorganization, the next big thing will be parliamentary and presidential primaries. Super Delegate Congress, Obe to be.
Yeah, took coordinators crowd to be.
Well, that's even the main Congress won't to be.
Oh, I will call Congress in Canada, they are now calling the police in accreditation.
But at least you have an interest in who becomes the next flag bearer.
Let's get the economy on a sound footing. We have 2 years to
do that.
Yes, but if the economy doesn't rebound, I will not be pumped up.
Oh, really? To support anybody?
Well, not support, but I'm saying that our fortunes will not be good if
in the elections.
Yeah,
so economy, your man turning around.
People are really struggling.
Yeah, but your flag bearership contest, they cannot wait. It was some more year. You have an interest.
Oh, not an interest. First and foremost, my career is in Tuabanibi. Secondly, I don't have a constituency. I don't have to go anywhere to.
You have a constituency. You're a former MP.
Yeah, that's all constituency. Or you're MP for the constituency.
Yes.
Or say my constituency.
My constituency.
They say okay, cancer.
Collision course with the horses here.
They say only constituency. I cannot go to a constituency and say Michia polling stations. Who bond up? Oh, then to be now. Police there be true. You will be undermining the city, which a lot of people do. What I say, but so why MP paying? When we come out, yes sir. Well,
that be why you MP paying. That's why you say won't. In your case, no, I don't think you would want to become MP again. And
no.
You've decided.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're MP,
no.
Not even in a different constituency.
No.
Obo. In the Obo focus one person or more MP uncle.
Yeah, MP ni OPQ.
Say after some time now
no. Chill. One say the constitution, term limits. President, the term limits in here. 8 years. If the framers of the constitution intended to have term limits for MPs, and can this be 8 years? So, after 2 terms, it's a president where we not say you change the constitution. I mean, after 2 terms in parliament,
it's okay.
Yeah.
In the what's the future for you like? Obe going to private practice. Obe, then what would you be doing?
I can't come and retire.
It is how we then. What would you be doing now?
I contemplated teaching, but
teaching Sikanisha.
Nanka me koje class bi working pa but
Sikana nshada nkoye sa.
Omo to teacher for pay me lectures no.
Sir.
Who associate professor madam for Dr. Family me
It is our private consultancy, right?
Yeah, we have a very small firm. My wife and I, small one beer.
Okay.
Assibey-Yeboah.
But who has a career politician? Like without politics, there is nothing.
Who is a career?
Oh, there are career politicians.
Let me say.
Now, also be outside politics, nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
there are people like that.
I don't think so. Say, your appointment, technically speaking, we are a politician. I know if you are MP, president, minister, opposition.
They are politicians.
Then,
but you are a politician. You are a former member of parliament.
And you can say career politician. I know you're doing.
No, career politician. You are more which means on the whole life. Because, for example, so Oko Congress in the US. No, be our parliament 40 years, 50 years.
And so he stays in parliament and they're career politicians. So, mayor MP for a long time. I'm only from career.
In Alban, back when you're a career politician.
Exactly.
Che means Sabun.
Haruna Idrisu. What I say. But in the parliament 2 terms now, where few or 3 terms. So you move on to something else.
Yeah. And you believe, sir, if things don't turn around, your party cannot win the next election?
It will be difficult.
It will be very difficult. How do you see Bawumia as president and a flag bearer of your party?
I think he has paid his dues, what I say. Your numbers in the northern regions. They say northern region, NDC or 9, NC or 9.
Yes.
You're 9.
Yes.
You cannot discount
his impact.
Yeah. So even Savannah region, you're 4 or more 3. Back on
northeast.
Yeah, 3 or more 4. Overall, the 3 northern regions, MPP were 16. The old northern region, NDC were 15. There were times I knew 3 out of 31. They say you were 16, NDC were 15 in the old northern region, as it were. See, he has done his bit.
Does that mean, sir, he's earned the right to be flag bearer?
Yeah, so the delegates will decide. But for me, the friend is severe.
Yeah,
I think, sir, he will be a good president. You see, when you are not really in charge, we've seen it with John Mahama when he was vice president. When he became president, he had to
take decisions.
So I think, sir, with the kind of CV that he boasts, if he's giving the nod,
but his record will be played back to him, and it's the same record that Okasa said, your man 10 around. It's difficult you doing the election.
So I say it for whoever becomes the flag bearer. Say, especially after 8 years and the way the economy has tanked. If we don't see a rebound, it will be difficult.
And it will not affect the Bawumia flag bearership. Like even if the economy is turning around in the next 1 year, 2 years, you think Ghanaians will soon forget?
Why would they remember Ayawa Mudi in the past?
How do you see Alan as flag bearer?
Alan is one of our best materials, especially trade. I can't speak lightly of him because Mr. Chairman came from ambassador to the US, Kufuor's time in and we had a record Kufuor time the 6 years. If he didn't can be one of the persons I respect him a lot. He has demonstrated a compare position for self-aggrandizement as you were. Mr. Chairman, so you'll be he will not be a bad
flag bearer.
That's what I say. But I've learned lessons from the Hillary Biden time. You know, that's what guides me in this. We said electability, Hillary.
Yeah.
And Okolusu to Trump.
Donald Trump.
Then they had to come back for the old Biden. On whose record are we running?
On the Bawumia Nanado record.
Exactly.
Or Nanado Bawumia record.
Exactly. So it becomes difficult in these. We have to really take a step back and do
proper analysis,
introspection.
Would I be right to say, sir, from everything you've said, you think on the balance of probability, maybe Bawumia would be a best fit than Alan?
I think either of them would do well. But if I look at, for example, me, I trained in the States.
Yeah.
I did a PhD in economics in the States.
Yeah.
I taught in the States at the college. I came to work at the Bank of Ghana.
Yeah.
Taught at GIMPA.
Yeah.
And then entered politics.
Yeah.
My training and experiences, it helped me a lot.
Yeah.
When I entered Parliament, even up to this day. So if I see somebody with such
a similar credential,
what I say, it excites me.
Okay. And that person is Dr. Bawumia.
Absolutely. So as I say, it excites me. And, let us see what he will do with
our credentials when he becomes flag bearer of your party. Wow. Ma memfa 2 messages and 3 bina yen wrap up. Why? Honorable Daniel Nikwate
me call form 1 or form 5.
School bay.
Presec boy boy.
Oh,
me pekwen.
Nana only know the same. Some of them need the same house. We say fantastic one-on-one with Honorable Assibey. He is smart, jovial, and excellent in his delivery. I like the frankness in his attributes to Vice President Bawumia. OBDMB is NPP's best chance of winning 2024 election simplicity. Farouk is in Tema. And this one says... Okay. Let me see the other ones we have here. Good evening, Obi. The former member of parliament for New Joabin South and the former chairman of the finance committee has really demonstrated value in your studio this evening. He is very deep and intelligent. It will be very good to have him in parliament and in government. He has just made the topic and explanation very easy, especially the questions you asked him about the NPP. We would continue to learn from him. He's a great man and God bless him. Inusa Kate Jemfua. Obi, Honorable Assibey-Yeboah, kudos for your excellent delivery. The economy will bounce back, trust me. Obi, the NDC is at a crossroads, total disintegration and anger everywhere. They should bite themselves into pieces till we finish 2024 elections. Ernest is in Taifa the way Abraying. This one says, Obi, Honorable Assibey-Yeboah taught me economics and statistics at the master's level at GIMPA. The guy no book brutal. Wabeyan Kasa, he always wanted us to call him Bra Mark, a very good man. He teaches without referring to any book. Hey, Honorable Andy, you're tough. We say, Obi, Honorable Assibey is my kinsman. My regards to him. Honorable Dallas Ampoma Williams.
Okay.
Yeah. Ose Ochiao, former regional communications officer at NDC. Yeah. This one says, Obi, for career politicians, you forgot Honorable Collins Dowda. Good afternoon, Obi. Will Honorable welcome a position especially close to finance in this government to help turn things around? Kwesi Reynolds Agona Odobin, he says he's still waiting for that call to come through. We say, Obi, please ask your guest. Ghana produces a lot of gold. Why can't we buy all the gold from the small-scale miners through the PMMC, keep some for our reserves, and stop all foreigners from buying gold? Because the small-scale sell in cities. If we manage the small-scale mines to stop smuggling, can't we quickly turn the economy around? Edwin Ewatakrade and Obusa. Obi, please find out from your guest if 104% debt to GDP is inclusive of the debt owed by all SOEs as well. Is it? And on count.
And SOEs, but energy sector, because cocoa board say, now compare some of the count, but we resist it. Into cocoa board, that's NK 104.
104 now. Hey, not just one need now become where we are.
But why should a car cocoa board abo through cocoa motofi farmers?
Yes.
No mutuomoka. Why should it be part of the central government?
It's a contingent liability.
Say crystallizing. That's what I say.
Yes.
It's a crystallization and contingent liability, a crystallization or the government debt.
Obi blame me sadly na me Musao your view about Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan as flag bearer.
That's what Busami view did.
That mean Musao Alan.
Okay, Jaffe Busami, my view on Cabinet Japan, my view on what my view on Dr. Kofi Credo and in the US, yeah, pools that's only 5%. They debate for Manko. Say yeah, pooling. That's a you don't get 5%. Only debate for Manko.
Now some yeah pool.
Some may catch your.
And now we are privy to some polls.
Okay, we know who the front runners are, don't we?
According to Benefsen, no,
na Benefsen go see polls. We just show say my dear friend margin of error crap.
Oh, nimpa. O say Baumia Alan and Kennedy Japan.
Who are the two front runners? Busan, Fred and Busan.
Two ne de wanka. Munkaila Jonas or a carry into answer and a doc at the amount. It's very refreshing to hear the voice of Honorable Dr. Assibey-Yeboah. He's such an honorable man. My regards to him, Honorable Primani and all the way Abba. We say Obi Dr. Assibey-Yeboah is super solid. I am in awe of his intellect. Nana Akwesi Asafu Ejewo Amsterdam and all the way Abba. Obi tell Honorable Assibey that as for Ken, he would go pa. We cannot go into the next election with him as the finance minister. Kudos to him for his fantastic analysis. Fawaz Ewo Ama Saman. Obi, I tend to agree with the Ashanti Regional Director of National Service that persons with your kind of academic brilliance should have done science in school and not general art. Also then you be sharp-brain power. Okay, Dr. Dakwa Ewo DC. Doc, I'm in fancy here. Anyways, we say Samuel Brian Wabi, good afternoon to you. Doc, me the messages that you have my uncle. Edema yen wrap up na sorry call. Finally in 2 minutes, oil for gold. Good idea?
Yes, a first consignment about. In all of this, it has to translate into the strength of the currency.
FM
say
94
cost for some time. Evaluate. So yeah. For now, this is the first time we are seeing something like this. It's a butter, and you hear the benefits thereof. After 3, 4, 5 consignments, now say because oil importing companies, they need about $400 million.
Yeah, monthly.
If say even 4 shipments, now it's about half what we are importing. Yes. That's a saving of about 200 million of forex going to importing crude through this arrangement. So then annually, that's about $2.4 billion. It has to have an effect on the exchange.
On the exchange rate, it's true.
So it's true. So at that point, we will be able to
assess it well. Dr. Nyahota Maklo. Dr. Nyahota Maklo. Also, what a brilliant young man. How on earth will such a person be out of government? Dr. Nyahota Maklo. The message on the no. It is you have to brace yourself up. Maybe that call will come through any moment from now. Because your voices are all over air there. Obi, I doff my heart for Honorable Assibey-Yeboah. He's solid in his delivery, on point, and faces reality and fact without mischief and propaganda. He addresses issues on a low tone without name calling. I think he can be a better finance minister. Obi, the gentleman can fit into every position. I don't think he has to back out of politics. The future for him in politics is large. Or a guy, or a primani. I like his intellect. Onel Amponsa, all the way from Amsterdam, and all the way up. Honorable Yedase. we appreciate your time on our show. Hopefully, you know, you're best time sweating Komobio. Why?
That's it.
By which time maybe another call number through.
Last time I was here at Mekayan, November 2015.
You don't mean it?
Yeah, Kaba.
November 2015.
So rest in peace. Yeah,
wow.
last time I was here, November 2015.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Nostalgic.
Yeah. That's a pie. Wish you all the best. And that's the Honorable Mark Assibey-Yeboah and Moten and Kano Ekosiisen.